Hey, we're looking at our homework number 1, and it's asking us to multiply 12. So we have 12 times 16. So we have the 12 here. Let me get the 12 times 16. Okay, so another way of looking at 12 times 16 is breaking it down like we've been doing to factor pairs here. So we can really think of 12 times 16 as, and they're kind of showing us here, 10 times 16. We go to 10 times 16 plus 2 times 16. So it has these two numbers here, broke off the 10 and the 2. 10 plus 2 is 12, right? So 10 times 16 plus 2 times 16 will get our same answer. And then this is kind of how we'll write it out. Let me fix all this up here. So we're going to write it out in parentheses. I'm breaking up 10 times 16 into 10, 12 times 16 into 10 times 16. And it just, this way you can kind of do it in your head. Plus, and in parentheses, let's try again, 2 times 16. And that way you don't have to do all the carrying and borrowing. So just kind of a way to do it in your head. So 10 times 16, I'm going to get messy here, is 160. 16 times 1 is 16. 16 times 10 is 160. We kind of worked on that in class. And 2 times 16 is 32. I could think of it as, I know what 2 times 15 is 30. So then I have one more than 15 being multiplied. So 1 more than 15 being multiplied 2 times. It's just kind of another way of looking at that. I like to kind of break those down. So 2 times 16 is 32. And you probably could do that in your head. 100. 6 plus 3 is 9. 92. Okay, let's take a look at another. Let me go ahead and erase this. Let's take a look at number 2. So we're thinking, they're asking us to take a look at 8 times 99. So we're looking at 8 times 99. So a way of thinking is to round that 8 to a 100. I don't know what 8 times 99 is, but I sure do know what 8 times 100 is. So 8 times 100 plus, and instead of plus, 100 is greater than 100, minus, and how much less is 99 than 100? It's 1. So I'm saying 8 99 100 times versus 8 times 99 times. So I'm going to have that 8 times 1. 1 less. Instead of thinking of this as 8 99 times, I'm thinking of it, what's 8 100 times, and then minus 8. Anyway, 8 times 100 is 800. And I can think minus 8, 792. And that's how I solve for that one. Okay, so we're asked to find the dimensions of this rectangular prism here, these made with cubes, and to find the volume, cubic centimeters, we multiply the length, and that's this, times the width, times the height. Okay, so we know we just simply count the cubes. There are 9 going across. 9 cubes. The width is, you can see, is 3. And the height, it's 3 high. Now in our math book, you'll frequently see them put the base in parentheses, indicating that you have to do that operation first. But the commutative property of multiplication says it doesn't matter. If you're multiplying a bunch of numbers together, you can go in any order you'd like. So you could say, 9 times 3 times 3, or 3 times 9 times 3, you'll get the same answer. So I like to think of this as, break this up. 3 times 3 I know is 9. So so this is 9. Let me just draw an arrow. This is 9. And I know 9 times 9 is 81. Cubes. 80, whoops, I just wrote 81 cubes. All right. All right, so down here, we're thinking the same thing. So that's just kind of quickly how to do that. So we're thinking this is 13 twice is 26. And if I know 13 times 3 is 2 is 26, this is double that. So 13 times 4 is going to be double that. So 52. Just kind of have to think of 26 plus 26. And in my head, I'm thinking, okay, that's 12. 52. Okay. We know 28 times 10 is 280. And what they're trying to get you to do here is, if you see a number multiplied times 5, I can do 28 times 10 in my head easy. 28 times 5, not so easy in my head. But if I want to, I could think of 5 is half of 10. So the 5 is half of 10. So I can really think of 28 times 10, and then just what's half of that. So that's what they're trying to point out to you. So half of 280 is 140. Half of 2 is 1. Half of 8 is 4. And you can't really, and you'd leave the 0 alone. Okay. So 28 times 15, you really then, we got 28 times 10, 28 times 5. You really just add these two numbers together. Is really 280. These are the patterns they're trying to get you to look for. Plus 140. Leave the 0 alone. 8 plus 4 is 12. I'll carry the 1. All right. 1 plus 420. And I'll let you do the rest on your own.